What happens when BTS is just minutes away from stepping onto a massive stadium stage, but instead of talking about the performance, the members suddenly start talking about Taehyung's hair. That's exactly what happened in a relaxed backstage moment from BTS's ARIRANG journey in Busan. Taehyung was inside a preparation room with the other members, getting ready before the concert. There was no stage yet, no spotlight, no massive crowd watching them, just BTS preparing together. Then someone noticed Taehyung's new haircut. The conversation quickly turned to how different he looked. But it wasn't just different. He looked much younger. And when Jungkook joined the conversation, the members eventually compared Taehyung's appearance to one of the most iconic periods in BTS history, the HYYH era. Welcome back to Taekook fans. Today, we're taking a closer look at this interesting behind-the-scenes moment from BTS World Tour ARIRANG in Busan, a moment that happened before BTS even stepped onto the stage. 2 months after BTS's ARIRANG performances in Busan, fans were given another chance to revisit those unforgettable concert days through behind-the-scenes footage. The performances took place at Busan Asiad Main Stadium on June 12th and 13th, 2026. On stage, everything looked massive. The choreography, costumes, lighting, music, and the incredible energy from ARMY all came together to create a spectacular performance. But the behind-the-scenes footage showed a completely different side of BTS. Instead of seeing the members performing in front of thousands of fans, we see them inside a preparation room before the concert. They're getting ready, talking, joking, laughing, and simply spending time together before the lights come on. And that relaxed atmosphere gives fans the chance to notice something they might not have focused on during the actual performance. Taehyung's new hairstyle. Taehyung appeared with a noticeably shorter haircut, and that simple change made a surprisingly big difference to his overall appearance. The members began talking about his hair and how the new style made him look much younger. It wasn't only the hairstyle itself. His overall appearance seemed different, and the shorter haircut gave his face a much younger impression. Then, the conversation went a step further. Taehyung started being compared to his younger self. Jungkook joined the discussion and wondered whether Taehyung looked like he had gone back 7 or 8 years. That comment opened the door to a much bigger comparison. The members began remembering Taehyung's appearance during the HYYH era. For longtime ARMY, that reference immediately brings back a wave of nostalgia. HYYH was one of the most recognizable periods in BTS's history, so hearing the members compare Taehyung's current appearance to that era made the conversation even more interesting. Suddenly, a simple haircut had turned into a trip down memory lane. And then came one of the funniest observations. Taehyung looked like a high school student. Imagine that. Just minutes before performing at a huge stadium, Taehyung was being teased for looking like a student. The members continued talking about what had changed. It wasn't simply his hair color. The haircut itself made a major difference. His overall appearance looked different. He appeared slimmer, and the shorter hair made his face look younger. When all of those details came together, the members felt that Taehyung looked as though he had gone back in time. Jungkook also continued noticing the changes, and the conversation kept returning to the same point. Taehyung's new hairstyle had completely changed his image. For fans who remember Taehyung from the HYYH period, the comparison was especially nostalgic. But there is one important detail that makes this moment different from a typical concert interaction. It happened backstage. Taehyung and the other members were not standing on stage. They were not performing. They were not posing for the audience. They were inside a room, preparing for the concert. That detail matters because it explains why the conversation feels so natural. There was no need to perform for the crowd. They were simply talking among themselves. And when Taehyung's appearance became the topic, everyone could freely comment on it. Jungkook noticed the change. The other members joined in. Taehyung became the center of the conversation for a moment, and everything unfolded casually. That is exactly why behind-the-scenes footage can sometimes feel even more entertaining than concert footage. Fans get to see the moments that happen before the polished performance. For Taekook fans, Jungkook's participation naturally stands out. Jungkook talked about Taehyung's hair, joined the discussion about how young he looked, and helped connect Taehyung's current appearance with an earlier period of BTS's history. But there is no need to turn the moment into something it isn't. What the footage shows is a playful conversation between BTS members. Jungkook noticed Taehyung's appearance. The members joked about how young he looked, and the discussion eventually became nostalgic. Sometimes, the smallest interactions are the ones fans remember. And the hair conversation wasn't the only interesting moment from the footage. There was also another short clip involving Taehyung and Jungkook, while the members were still in the preparation area. In an approximately 11-second clip, Taehyung jokingly tells Jungkook that rock honey will be put inside Jungkook's in-ear monitor. Jungkook quickly responds by turning Taehyung's words around. The other members laugh, while Jungkook bends over near a table, seemingly checking or organizing his belongings. It's a very short interaction, but it perfectly captures the playful atmosphere backstage. They were preparing for a huge concert, yet they still had time to joke with one another. And again, this happened before the performance. The stage was still waiting. The audience was still waiting. But inside the preparation area, BTS was simply being BTS. Think about how much preparation goes into a stadium concert. The costumes have to be ready. The microphones have to be checked. The in-ear monitors need to work. The choreography has to be prepared. Every detail has to be coordinated before the first note begins. Yet in the middle of all that preparation, the members could still laugh about something as simple as Taehyung's haircut. That contrast is what makes the footage so enjoyable. On stage, BTS are global superstars delivering a carefully prepared performance. Backstage, there are 7 members talking, laughing, teasing one another, and noticing small changes in each other. And for ARMY, seeing that contrast is one of the best parts of behind-the-scenes content. The Busan footage gives fans another perspective on ARIRANG. The concert may already be over, but moments like this make the memories feel fresh again. Fans can see the preparation, hear the conversations, watch the members laugh, and experience a small part of what happened away from the main stage. The stage shows the final performance. The backstage footage shows everything leading up to it. And that is why the conversation about Taehyung's hair becomes more meaningful than it initially seems. It wasn't a major announcement. It wasn't a dramatic moment. It was simply the members noticing a change. Taehyung had a shorter haircut. He looked younger. The members noticed. Jungkook joined the conversation. And suddenly they were talking about HYYH. That is exactly the kind of spontaneous moment that can become a memorable piece of BTS content. Because fans don't only want to see the perfect performance. They also want to see the people behind the performance. The jokes, the laughter, the conversations, the little moments that happen before the cameras focus on the stage. And for Taekook fans, this is where the moment becomes especially fun to revisit. Jungkook was part of the conversation about Taehyung's appearance. He noticed the changes, talked about how Taehyung looked younger, and the discussion became connected to Taehyung's earlier appearance during HYYH. Then, shortly afterward, Taehyung and Jungkook shared another playful exchange involving the in-ear monitor. 2 different moments, but both happened in the same relaxed backstage environment. Neither required a huge stage. Neither needed a dramatic setup. They were simply natural moments between members before the performance. Eventually, of course, the preparation had to end. The conversation had to stop. The members had to focus. The lights were about to come on. The music was about to begin. And BTS was about to step onto the massive Busan stage. But before that happened, there was this small window of time inside the preparation room. A moment when Taehyung's hairstyle became the topic of conversation. A moment when the members realized how young he looked. A moment when Jungkook compared him to his younger appearance. A moment when HYYH suddenly came back into the conversation. And a moment when Taehyung and Jungkook could still joke around before the serious performance began. Maybe that is what makes behind-the-scenes footage so special. The concert gives us the spectacle. The backstage footage gives us the story. The stage gives us the finished product. The preparation room gives us the moments before everything begins. And sometimes, those quiet moments can become just as memorable as the performance itself. Taehyung's shorter haircut, the members laughing about how young he looked, Jungkook noticing the difference, the HYYH comparison, and a quick joke about an in-ear monitor. None of these moments are huge on their own, but together, They create a picture of BTS that feels relaxed, spontaneous, and genuine. And now ARMY has another reason to look forward to future ARIRANG behind-the-scenes releases. Because if one short Busan sketch can reveal this many funny and nostalgic moments, what else could still be waiting to be shown? More cities, more concerts, more backstage footage, more conversations, more unexpected jokes, and perhaps more moments involving Taehyung and Jungkook that fans haven't seen yet. We simply don't know. And that's what makes every new behind-the-scenes release exciting. So when we look back at this Busan footage, the story is actually quite simple. Taehyung changed his hairstyle. The members noticed. They thought he looked much younger. Jungkook joined the conversation. The comparison moved toward Taehyung's younger years. And eventually, HYYH came into the picture. Then came another playful exchange between Taehyung and Jungkook. All of it happened before BTS went on stage, inside a preparation room, away from the stadium spotlight, before the music started. And that is precisely what makes the moment so enjoyable. It isn't about a huge dramatic event. It's about the little things. The kind of moments that show BTS simply being themselves before the world watches them perform. So now, we want to hear from you. Do you think Taehyung's new haircut really made him look like he had returned to the HYYH era? And which part of this backstage conversation caught your attention the most? Was it the members saying Taehyung looked much younger? The high school student comparison? Jungkook's comments? The HYYH nostalgia? Or the playful exchange between Taehyung and Jungkook about the in-ear monitor? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this BTS moment, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Taekook Fans, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next videos about Taehyung, Jungkook, BTS, and the ARIRANG journey. As always, this channel focuses on what can actually be seen in the footage and on fan interpretations. We don't present unconfirmed assumptions as facts. Thank you so much for watching Taekook Fans. I'll see you in the next video. BTS ARMY, Purple Heart.